Hey guys, it's Mark from parkflyers.com. So today we put together a sledge that is lightweight, and the benefits are many. So a lightweight sledge is going to make the car handle a lot better. It's going to be more nimble. You're going to be able to go into corners at much higher speeds. You're going to be able to come out of the corners with the car more stable. You're not going to get that wheel lift where on a regular sledge where the tires are so big that anytime you do an extreme turn, one of the wheels lift up and it kind of looks like it's going to roll. The stock sledgehammers are extremely heavy and large. They're a nice tire for bashing, but they're really, in my opinion, oversized for this size chassis. And they're not like a racing tire. You're not going to want to go to a track and use that on a track run. The trenchers from Proline are absolutely the most perfect tire for all around. You're going to be able to drive this on almost any surface, and it's really proportional with the car. The car handles better than anything else I've used as far as tire, and they're made well. They're balanced from the factory, and in my opinion, they're worth every penny. It's one of the best upgrades you could do to your sledge. The trencher from Proline is absolutely phenomenal. And also a cool benefit of the trencher is you're saving, if you know, you're saving on all four tires, you're saving about 3 pounds of overall weight on the car. And it's not just regular weight, it's rotational mass. So it does affect the car in a big way. This is now in the level of I would call it a racing truggy. And it's more in line with something like an XRT, that Traxxas makes. It's not going to drive like a monster truck or anything like that. The other thing where we save some weight, a half a pound, is the J Concepts Lexan body here. It's a much simpler body. There's no braces in it. It's just a pure Lexan body. It's totally out of the way. Very streamlined, very good aerodynamically and weight-wise. It lowers the center of gravity even further in addition to the trencher tires. And if you're going to really wring this car out around a track, or you just like driving a car that feels like it's going to handle really well and not flip over, this is going to be the body and tire combination that you want. It's one of my favorite sledge combinations out of all the combinations I've did until now. This is probably the best driving one that I've done. It's just an incredible piece of machinery. Now, with all this handling, because the car handles so much better with the tires and the body, we decided to make the car faster. So for this particular build, usually we go with the 1352 gearing. On this one, we went with more aggressive gearing. We went with a 4618. Now, the 4618 is extremely aggressive. And the cool thing about this combination here is you could still utilize the 1352 spacers because the difference in teeth are the same. So you can use these spacers that we sell on our website. They're 1352 spacers. You can use them with this. On a 6S pack, this is going to go close to 60 miles an hour. It's extremely fast. And now that you have the handling with the better tires and the body, and we're going to go over some of the handling things that we did for, to help the handling. But with all the changes that we made, this car is a laser-guided missile. It's absolutely phenomenal. So to take the handling even further, we went with the titanium nitride shock shafts. This is an upgrade Traxxas has for front and rear shocks. They're extremely smooth. Think of it like Teflon, just very smooth on the shaft. Now, people think it might be overkill or just something that doesn't really work, but the truth is, when you use your shocks over time, the shafts here, they kind of have a lot of binding and they kind of sag. They don't have the same articulation over time, where the nitride shafts basically will keep that. So no matter how much dirt gets in here or gets on the shaft, it always remains smooth and it has full articulation. We did these on the front and the rear. This keeps the car really consistent and it makes a difference. If you're into handling and you're racing, you definitely want to get these. The other thing we did was we put the sway bar kit on the car. The sway bar kit is really nice at keeping the car stable at high speeds. Anytime you're doing left and right transitions, instead of the tail wagging on the car like a pendulum, it keeps the car really stable. Now, for the sway bars, they have these color-coded pieces on the sway bar itself, and we actually put the blue on the front. Make sure to put the blue on the front. That's our pick for the front. And on the rear, we did the red, and that's actually one of the thickest ones. For the rear, really nice, helps the car handle very well. The other thing we did for the handling is we put on the adjustable camber links. Now, everybody knows when you drive a high-speed RC car, you definitely want to have camber adjustments. For the back on this car, we did -2. For the front, it is -1. And we think that is a really good setup for high-speed cornering. It's going to keep the car a lot more stable all around, and it's just the best setting for this type of setup. Now, a lot of people ask why we don't do aluminum turnbuckles for this car. They do have them. And the reason why is that you need flex in your, I would say that you need a lot of flex in your steering turnbuckles, because if not, you're just going to damage your servo. If you roll the car or hit something really hard, especially if this car is geared where it's going to be going 60 miles an hour, you definitely want plastic steering links. You're not going to have any benefit from going with aluminum. Even though this is a very durable servo on this car, like I said, there's no reason to go to the aluminum steering links. So I would avoid those. We went on the shocks. We went with the aluminum caps. We replaced the plastic caps. Sometimes these will crack and break on, hard landings. So we went with the aluminum. This is going to be a lot stronger and more consistent as far as durability. Also, the rings on the shock, we went with the aluminum rings. We got them in the gray color. We think they're nice. Now, the plastic ones are adequate. They work, but there's less friction on the aluminum, and they're just smoother. We think they work better, and they're never going to break. So really nice. And just to complement all the upgrades that we did on the shocks, we put 60 weight oil in all 4 corners. We think that's the perfect weight for the car. To protect the front end of the car, we went with a typical RPM bumper. We think it looks stock on the car. It doesn't look like an aftermarket part. The way they manufactured it, it just goes right in there, attaches very easy, and it really does protect your front arms and your shock shafts. A lot of people don't realize that. If you hit this with the stock configuration at 60 miles an hour, you're going to bend either your shaft or break an arm. This is something that you want to get for your car. It's like an insurance policy. I think it's under 20 bucks. It's worth every penny, and I recommend every person with a Sledge get this. Even if you're not geared for high speeds, just get it. It's going to protect your car. Cool accent on the wing. We put the aluminum red piece here to go with the actual red theme here. And on the inside the car, for the servo, we went with a 760 MG. Extremely fast, very, very powerful. It's a high voltage servo, and it's got an aluminum casing. It's beautiful. We went with the Hot Racing servo link here. It replaces the plastic little arm. Plastic arm has a little bit of flex in it. Not a bad piece, but when you can get aluminum and it looks killer, why not? The other thing that we did to handle all this speed and to keep the motor temperatures cool, we went with the VXL 8S speed control right out of an X Max. You could buy this separately and replace your 6S speed control. If you're going to run aggressive gearing like the 4618, you definitely want to upgrade your speed control to the 8S. It's going to run a lot cooler, and it's just going to make the car and the motor last longer because you're going to be running at cooler temperatures. 35 millimeter fan. Typically, we install these on the stock motor mount. This is a 2.5 by 14 millimeter screws. You need 4 of them to attach this to the plate. And like I said, really nice fan. It comes with the adapter, so you could actually extend it into the receiver box, and then you don't need any additional wiring. And for the center, the differential holder, that's made out of aluminum. We like this because it doesn't have that lip that the stock plastic one has. This is flexible, and it also has this annoying lip here, so you can't do a pinion change on the fly, where here you could. Now, if you're going to have this car, sometimes there's a zip tie here. You have to make sure that it's actually always intact and working, because it keeps these wires away from this. I've seen a lot of times where customers would ignore that. This zip tie would break, and then the tires would get tangled in here and wreak havoc. So you want to just make sure your zip tie is holding these back. This gives the clearance for the pinion and the spur gear. Now, a lot of people ask me, why do I go with a Hot Racing upgraded spur gear? And that's because Traxxas does not make a steel one in 46, so you have to go with the Hot Racing here. It's very, very well made. You're not going to break that gear as long as you're using the spacers for the motor and the pinion. These keep the motor from moving, and you're not going to break anything. These are going to probably last the lifetime of the car. They're very, very well made, both of these. And again, it really does make the car a lot faster with this setup here. All right, so the customer asked us to put on the light here for the car. It's $99.99. It basically has front and rear lights. It definitely adds to the appeal of the car. It looks great, and it just goes with the stock cover really well. Just wanted to talk about some optional tires for the Sledge that have some nice use case. And this is the Chopper. It just came out. It's a smaller size tire than they usually make. This was created for like either a Max or a Creighton 4S. However, we feel that it goes nice on this car. If you're driving on loose dirt or grass, this is a fantastic wheel and tire. It's made exceptionally well. And I will tell you, J Concepts, really just like Proline, they make some of the best tires in the world. And on this car, it's beautiful looking and it's just really well performing. Very stiff foam, very, very good rubber here. Again, it's not an all-around tire like the Trencher. You're not going to want to run this on asphalt or anything. It'll be all over the place. But on grass and dirt, this is fantastic. This is another alternative tire Traxxas makes. It's a Sledgehammer, but it's not belted. And it has a little ring in the middle of it. You can actually change the color. Traxxas makes these colored discs. So you can change it out. We thought this looked really good with the red theme here. If you weigh all four tires, they're about, I think, 4 to 5 ounces lower in weight than the Sledgehammer that's belted. These will expand on 6S, so I recommend them for 4S use only. Again, this car would be really good on 4S with the gearing that we have, just because the gearing makes it more aggressive, and the 4S just really tames the car. But again, it can run on 6S with the VXL 8S speed control. But anyway, this tire is a beautiful option. We have them on the website if you want to order them. They're not that expensive. And again, if you're a basher and you want something a little bit lighter weight and run 4S, this is the perfect tire. Overall, just a great setup here. One of my favorite setups for driving. Just everyday driving. You could even bash with it. It's just going to handle and perform a lot better than a regular Sledge. It's a lot lighter, a lot more nimble, a lot more focused. And in my opinion, out of all the Sledges I've built to this date, this is definitely going to be my favorite setup here for the Sledge. A lot of people go crazy with bigger motors and all different things. You don't have to do that. Just stick with, the things that we show here. I think it's a perfect setup. And again, once you set it up like this, you're probably never going to change it. It's just that good. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.